This, and all of the best optical illusions the internet has to offer.
Let's look at them and talk about it.
Hi, I'm Macy from Pickerington, Ohio. Good mythical morning.
Good mythical morning.
Thanks for joining us today and every weekday, Monday through Friday on your internet. People, this is for you. Watch it. If this is your first time, then bam, welcome. If this is your 200 and whattieth time, Jason, could this be?
260
something.
260th
something.
episode.
260th.
260th.
Gosh.
Then bam to you as well. And that's a good bam.
Okay, there are many different rabbit trails and black holes that you can get lost in on the internet.
Lots of crap on the internet.
Some of them you don't want to admit, and then some of them are you just find yourself there in a trail of optical illusionary, and 7 hours later you think, what have I done with my life? And so we're going to just consolidate all that down into like 10 minutes for you today to look at the best the internet has to offer in the way of optical illusions.
Now, there's lots of ways that you can group these things. So we've loosely grouped them just to kind of make it a little bit themed. First, we're going to start with the human element of optical illusions.
Okay.
That was me about to say something and realizing that it wasn't going to be English and turning it into another language.
I noticed that. And
so basically, these are just humans doing things that look weird. Let's get to it. This guy is levitating.
No, well, that's what it seems like, but I think he just smudged the earth next to him.
I think the reason why I know that he's not levitating is because the people on that park bench back there are not excited.
Yeah.
If this guy was really levitating, they'd be running up to him and like worshiping him or something. Next one.
This guy is leaning out of a building and acting as if he is controlling the cars below him. This is clever.
Don't spoil it for me.
Well, that's what
This man is moving cars around.
What I'm doing is I'm for all the laymen out there, I'm explaining how this was done. And not that they're that hard to figure out.
Well,
but just in case.
So if this was in color, I guess I wouldn't fall for it?
No, it was.
Here's another one. Oh my goodness, that naked woman is behind the clothed woman.
Now, these are my favorite type of optical illusions, when two people come together to form something that looks like it might be hideous.
I think that woman needs to work out.
And then you realize that it's just a flabby arm. And you know that these girls know that this picture's out there. That's the thing, is that they're like, yeah, we're in that optical illusion mashup.
Okay, now this next one, that guy bending over has a disproportionately large head, is the first thing I think.
And a short neck.
And then I'm like, that woman has a hairy arm. And then I'm like, no, it's an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think if they knew that this illusion was being created, they wouldn't be so nonchalant about it. They'd be smiling or something.
This was not purposeful, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what you're saying. Now, this is the age-old thing that I used to do as an elementary school child, where you get next to something that's much bigger than you, and you play with the perspective.
Actually, you're wrong. This is just the optical illusion that cargo shorts are still in style.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is a little dude on a Coca-Cola bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Did I have to tell you that? What is this, like the salt flats in like Utah or something? Pretty amazing. But not really if you think about it.
Is this really all the internet has to offer? That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting at this point.
Really?
I'm a little underwhelmed.
Well, we could go back to the naked woman behind the other woman.
Yeah,
because that one is pretty awesome.
Here you go. This is the old 90-degree trick.
Now, who's playing the trick? The people in the foreground or the people in the background?
I'm guessing the people in the foreground. That means the people closest to us.
I agree.
Now, this one took me a second. I got to say, this one took me a second. I was like, that is a really small person.
Look at that little girl. She wants to play checkers. Just let the little girl play checkers. Come on. She's so close to the checkerboard. How did they do that, actually?
They're on a surface. They're on like a table of some kind.
Like, how far in the air do you think they are?
Say
30 feet?
No. Oh, no. 7 feet.
Oh, really?
30 feet.
I'm afraid that hippie's going to fall off and break his neck or something is all I'm thinking. Okay, I see. There's a little man back there on a little castle.
This is also clearly unintentional. You know, this guy was telling a story about how big the fish was that he caught, or he was just taking his sweatshirt off.
What is that? Look, I'm going to take my fleece off.
This is my favorite kind of optical illusion.
Oh my goodness, that woman's butt cheeks are in the shot.
There's nothing more dissatisfying than thinking you've seen butt cheeks and then you realize it's just an armpit.
Been there, done that. I want to know how these things get. I'd love to be able to call these girls on the phone and figure out at what point did it come back around to them on the internet. Oh my gosh, that's my armpit / my roommate's butt cheeks. Now this guy has a big beard and his belt's turned backwards. End of story.
Now, this is obviously some sort of engagement photo session.
Gone wrong.
Yeah.
Really?
And the photographer's like, hey, just hold her inside her belt loop and she'll face you. Just do that thing that you do where you kind of just smell her hair, you know, like a loving couple. Not ever.
Stand on your tiptoes, little higher. Yes, perfect. Now, this next one it's pretty much the same thing, except it's now a horse, not a man. Wow.
This one, I could look at this all day. In fact, I'm thinking about printing this out and putting it on my desk.
Is this like a veterinarian exam? What's happening here?
Gosh.
First of all, I mean, she put herself at risk here. Not only could she get kicked in the face by a horse, but she could also get her nose stuck in the anus of a horse.
Yeah, you don't want that. That's a condition that you do not want to be
Nose, horse, anus.
suffering from. Now, this one is kind of like, oh, okay, it looks like the guy's on this pole, but then you realize he's just standing over there doing something, taking a selfie.
You're kind of spoiling these for me.
You mean you want to fall for him?
No, I just want to experience it for what it is.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's a man on
How
a
about
pogo
this one,
stick.
then? Hey, look, Link, there's a girl in a guy's backpack.
Whoa. And she's happy about it too. It seems
Yeah.
like if I were scrunched up like that. And that grotesque poster of Batman is kind of, well, grotesque.
Disconcerting. The thing about this one is that I know what's happening. I know that the girl on the right with the white shirt is the one whose face I see. But even when you just isolate her on her own, she still doesn't look right. She still looks disproportionate, even when you look at it correctly.
Right.
Here's the old hovering platform.
Right. I think this one's cool because it's obviously someone did it in camera. You can see the flags in the background. Obviously, that's a flag shadow down there. But the way that the composition of the frame, it all happened. It doesn't seem like it could have been photoshopped. I love that. Okay, now there's a whole other category that I'll call chalk painting or landscape manipulation. Like this one. This is not a...
Grass ball?
Is that made of grass? But it's flat. You can see people are walking on it back there. And then this one here is a chalk drawing of a girl picking up an Easter egg in a parking deck. I mean, what?
The problem with this is they took it at the wrong angle, though. I mean, the person took all this time to draw it, and it should have been taken at a lower angle so she would be proportionate.
Right, her feet are too big. But what kind of morbid joke is this? Oh my goodness, I'm about to run over a girl looking for an Easter egg. Hint, the man in this one is real.
Yep, he's the only thing that's real.
But, I mean, that is amazing. That is just, I am just in awe of that for a few seconds. Is the helicopter
None of
fake?
None of it's real, man. It's all chalk.
It's weird how much realer the helicopter looks than the chalk.
Yeah, it's all part of the illusion. Okay, I like this. Makes me want to drink Pepsi.
Makes me want to have a wreck on the interstate, maybe.
This is clever. I'm sure that several people have run into the back wall there trying to figure out what's going on with this one. This was called Rex, since been replaced. Speaking of ones that need to be replaced,
This is morbid.
how many people have jumped into the pool trying to save this kid that's just drawn on the bottom of it? I mean, that kid's like, I don't know. He needs a life jacket like me.
He didn't jump in. He just waited over to get a closer look. Now, this is a green bus painted on the side of a... No, those are two real buses. No, these are two fake buses painted on the ground. No, this is Japan. Anything goes.
It's not two buses,
It's
man.
two buses because look, there's another wheel. The wheel on the green bus is touching the ground.
The shadow of it, though. That's the back. This is the front of the bus. That's the back.
You're right.
You got fooled, man. You get fooled by these. That's why they're so effective, because people like you get fooled by them.
Oh yeah, well
And
that's
this is
not
all-
a real snake.
This is also a large snake that is crushing the bus link. Can you believe that?
That's pretty cool.
Hey, look, I'm a headless man holding my own head under my arm.
That was what? Was that? Did that work?
Yeah, we just created the world's best optical illusion for the internet to cherish forever.
We upped the ante. Did that look real?
Sure it did.
All right. Thanks for joining us for this. Let's end this episode by...
A serious discussion about butterflies. Do you know that the red monarch butterfly is about to go extinct?
What?
Yeah, I heard about this. I read about it in Nature
I don't
magazine.
even know that the red monarch butterfly exists.
That's
I'm that far behind.
That's the problem. There's so few of them. Lots of people don't even know that they actually exist. They look like a regular monarch, but they're red, and so they're the target of a special bird, the red-cockaded woodpecker, actually, that seeks them out like a heat-seeking missile, and is eating all of them. So the thing we need to do is kill all the red-cockaded woodpeckers.
Now, that's a serious thing that you're asking.